And this is the reality round. Again, we need questions from the judges, but this time it's around the surroundings of the game. So, I think that we should start with contestant number 1. Can you please stand up? Contestant, yeah, you are contestant. You're still contestant number 1, even though you're not in the leaders chair. I know it's complex, but it's to do with the algorithm of the point system. So, let's start. Who of you judges wants to start? Justin.
Okay.
Flavia.
I can
okay,
start.
Flavia.
I think.
Okay.
Okay.
She said she stole one of my questions.
Sorry. Yeah, that happens. It's not. I saw on your webpage that this is not the first time you're doing original game, but you do most contract. So how would you split your team to be able to keep doing your business, but still to promote your original game? Because I think that's a very difficult thing to do.
Okay, so Gixer is a B2B company. We have my associate here is the owner of Mad Mimic. We do 2 original IPs. It's No Heroes here. Sorry, that won last year Brazilian game here in Big and Popular Vote. So this is okay. We do B2B to survive, and this kind of games, this is on IP for passion and love. So how do we split the team? I guess there's no time, but it's actually 2 teams, basically. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Next question. Let's do Shirley, as the movie is called. Oh,
This
sorry.
is it's awesome because I saw that you guys did a lot of outsourced kind of work, and you seem to want to develop a strong IP because you call toy this and toy that. That's a great idea, and I think this is going to be what, PC, right? Or it's a
PC and consoles.
PC and consoles.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you refine it? And then usually you talk about party game. It's like a short attention, right? And shorter games so that people playing for 15 minutes can see the result. Do you plan on that route to make it short, make it uber fun? People go, ooh, wow, kind of things, in order to make it a social game, a party game.
Yeah, so we try to refine as much as it's possible, and we are focused in this game in a small scope because this is the first game that Gixer is doing. So Mad Mimic make 2 games, is making the 3rd, but Gixer is the first one, so we wanna start small. Like Jason said, it's really tough to sell this sort of games, right? But party games at conventions, they draw a lot of attention. So our objective here is to show the game, show the company, and the next installments of this series be more ambitious.
Yeah, time's up for that. I'm so happy that we don't have a time limit on questions because then Shirley would be out. So it's really good that we are ready for question number 3 by Justin.
So quickly, smart to do the B2B stuff to keep the studio going. So I'm getting that you're trying to follow, given the game did so well a couple years ago here, Overcooked, which was local only, and then Overcooked 2 went to multiplayer. I get that you're trying to go that route, but have you thought about what success looks like, given how hard it is to really make money in a couch-only co-op game?
Yeah, the decision to make only co-op game is all about money. We don't have money to do multiplayer, so that's why we're here in Big to try to get a good deal to do multiplayer games, right? We already made games, multiplayer games for all the platforms, so we have experience in this, but it's really a tough decision to make because it's a lot of expense for us.
Thank you so much. Time's up. And last question from Jason.
Yeah, you're kind of fucked.
Right?
I mean, it's challenging, of course, to balance the work for hire and all this kind of stuff, but like you've actually decided to waste your money. Like because the game as a couch-only co-op really has almost no chance of generating revenue. Going to shows to attract attention, it means nothing. Like many party games go to a show, they said, we had so much attention, and they feel confident and the game sells 0 because attention at a show does not equal sales. So I think my question to you is, like, how do you redo it so you can put it online? Like if I put a gun in your head, it has to be in there. What do you do?
Oh, I put online. It's just that because the game.
Hey, well, that's settled.
It's because the game takes turns. Each player it's turn 1, the player go turn 2. So
That works online.
It's pretty easy to put online, but it's pretty expensive at the same time.
Yeah, but the expensive to do it is meaningless because all the money you've already spent, you will see 0 return on that. So it's almost like you should stop or do online.
All right, so I guess thank you for this.
Like
'cause-
question advice.
yeah, it's advice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Give a big hand to contestant number 1. Wow. The grill has been turned on.
It's not,
Hey, I like the grill. I'm not at the end of the grill, so that's probably why I like it. So, contestant number 2, can you please stand up and we'll do it again. This time we will start with Jason, because you have already the grill on, so
You're kind of
keep it
fun.
on.
No, really, you are. No. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit naive to say, oh, well, we're going to make our game so beautiful and pure, and because it's so special that it will have a chance to succeed. I mean, I think it's important to define what success is. Is it expression? Is it delivering something in a different setting so people can see a different world? Is it commercial success or not? So if I ask you, what does success mean for you in this game? How would you define success?
Yeah, of course, as everyone can see, we have a lot of values into the project, but I know we were here talking about money. You're using video games as language, but we're talking about money. And we are thinking about it too, because when you structure the project thinking about parts and making the release of the part 1 be the knowledge that we need to make the part 2 good, and the way we are building our community through our fictional universe make us be truly confident about the perspective of the project. It's not about only values. Of course you have values, but I know I'm not naive. I know we are here talking about money.
Yeah, thank you so much. Next question from? Okay, Flávia, you can go next.
We have the same question. It's very hard to sell one game or one book or everything. Why are you making already 3 parts? You don't know if it's going to sell.
Yeah.
You don't know if your narrative is going to be listened or played to the end. So why divide the game?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we made the classic mistake of people that is starting. We made a project that the scope was much far away from our capability, right? And we divided because of that in the first part, thinking about our process to make we get bigger and more professional during the project. But when we structure the product through the narrative, when we say there's a part 1, there's a part 2, there's a part 3, we are selling the product thinking about the narrative as well. To be hard or not be hard, for us it's hard anyway. So it's just another challenge that we are facing and embracing.
Thank you. And
Good answer.
then Justin.
Yeah, so I guess I'm going to go off of that because we had exactly the same question. So I guess how are you going to survive long enough to work on part 2 and 3? So how are you going about building a community that's big enough for this game to allow you to get to the narrative in 2 and 3?
Yeah. For the development part, we had funding of the Culture Secretary from Bahia for the first one that we released in 2 months. And for the second part, we had fund for Lancini, and we are developing our community especially through our social media, especially through Discord. We have a lot of people there. We had a lot of people working on the project. For example, the girl to make the voice of the character, is a fan of the game. The guy who reviewed the text is a fan of the game. So we are building a community. Of course, we are making mistakes. It's our first game, but as I said at the beginning, we dare to be different. It's not easy, but it's the way we choose to go on.
Thank you.
I love the game logo.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So last question. This is from Shirley.
I don't think you're completely fucked, like he said. but with this kind of narrative, if you build it, I would suggest you actually target education industry, okay? This kind of narrative, this kind of character, you target elementary school in the education, because people love that, but on the iPad. Because education
What?
on iPad, Android pad, iPad, that kind of things, right? So go through that channel, try it out, because that will be the fact. Get the grant, get some kind of grant, some educational grant or institutional, and get you survive and get your first game experience. But you will have to completely, not completely, redo your narrative to target the young kids, because this will be good.
Yeah.
That was one of the best questions I ever heard. So let me hear you answer that with one word. Please answer.
Yeah, we are not dismissing that educational part. I have that background it's my first commercial game, so I have that background. We are not ignoring that possibility. We are thinking of this as a part of our business model, but we're like trying to make the two sentences, the two possibilities. But we are not like saying that the project has not potential to be in the educational purpose. But probably we need to be structured.
Thank you so much. That ends the round for contestant number 2. A big hand. And now for the last round of questions in the reality round is Grashers. And let's start. Would you want to start this time, Shirley, with a question?
Okay, how many people you have?
Oh, that was good.
Working on the game, we have 4 people. Just the 4.
How much are you raising?
Sorry, what?
Are you raising fund?
No. We all have jobs outside the Grashers project, and we do that in the time we have. But we put everything we have on the project.
And that's going to be a mobile game?
No, it's going to be released for PC.
Oh, shoot.
Oh. You're fucked.
When are you going to put on mobile?
Soon.
Okay, that was 5 questions. That was good, Shirley. Time's up for that. And Flávia, you want to do the next?
What's your plan for PR, publicity, and talking to the community?
Right, so we plan to, honestly, we are just starting. This is our first game, and I know it's hard and we have to learn a lot of things at the same time, but our goal is to have the game displayed by YouTubers, by Twitch streamers, and it's just a way for people to see it and to want to play it. We also have a Discord community, which is growing, that we plan on it.
Thank you. And next question is Justin, right? Yeah.
So this is going to dive a little deeper. On the business side, can you explain to me a bit more about your engine choice? And with it, what is your ability to port the game to other platforms, given that it seems like the engine's pretty specific to PC?
Yeah, it is. We use libgdx, which is a Java engine, Java framework. So because of that, we don't really have too much freedom to go to the console realm. However, we are looking into the possibility of porting the game to Switch.
Okay, and I'm going to just say, for Shirley's benefit, mobile.
Okay, thank you. And then the last question is coming from the Grillmeister himself, Jason.
A bit to Flavia's point on the notion of marketing, the concept of discoverability, right? The sort of doing things to get your game discovered. Some of the most important elements of that is in the design of the game itself. Now you're working on a roguelike, which does provide some hooks for discoverability. So I'm curious if you're looking at stuff like Twitch extensions or sort of replays that can be shared, or elements of one run can be downloaded into another run. These kinds of things that, from the very design of the game, make it more spreadable or contagious or discoverable. What kinds of things are you looking at from
Well,
a design?
now I am. We initially thought about having some kind of Twitch integration where the participants and the viewers can interact with the game and can decide like what kind of the boss the player will face next. So the streamer always has to count on the community to play the game.
Yeah.
So we're still studying that, but it's a plan.
Okay. More of that, please.
Okay.
Wow, thank you so much. That ends the whole round of contestant number 3. Can you hear that noise? It's my heart beating. Because now it's time to give points for round number 3. Whoa, goodbye, Árida. No.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Who did best at this round 3, which was about the surroundings of the game? And are you ready, judges? All right. Come on, Justin. You can do it. Just pick one. No. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Show us the game. Whoa! We have a winner of the round. It's Grashers! Stay put in your seat for now, because nothing is decided yet. This is only round 3, and after round 3 is round 4. Yeah, it is rocket science, I know. For this round, and this is actually where you come into play, audience. Are you still there? Yeah, because now each contestant have a chance to sway the judges. And to sway the judges means that it can show any kind of material. They can do a dance, they can juggle, they can put fire to a cat and throw it up. No, that was a dream I had last night. No, they can do pretty much what they want, and they have 30 seconds to do it, and that's basically it. I was going to say one thing, but I forgot, because I started thinking about all this stuff. But, oh yeah, I know, the audience, that's you. Because after each contestant is done with the swaying, you can sway the judges too, by making noise. So let me hear how it sounds if the contestant did a really poor and almost embarrassing job of swaying the judges. Like a really bad applause. How does that sound? Yeah, exactly the sound I wake up to every morning. And then, if you do like a medium kind of job, how does that sound? And then for the stellar swing, it's so good, like you reach the stars. How does that sound? That's what I do when I wake up in the morning. Okay, so let's go. Contestant number 1, please stand up. And are you going? You have send us some video material. Are you going to talk while we watch it, or is it without talk? Yeah? Alright.
The video do the job.
Okay, here we go.
Since I'm kid father, my friends keep asking me if I want my son to enjoy video games. I want that to happen. But this choice is not up to me. My role as a parent is to educate as best I can. Still, I want to share with him his experience, his smiles, and the joy. So how could I produce a game for the team players, for the baby boss beaters, for the race against the clockers, for the new record breakers, for every player 1 that becomes a player 2, for the gamer dads and moms around here, Toy Sports goes up to you.
Yeah, alright, let's hear it from the audience. How was that? Yeah, pretty good. Let's hear contestant 2, please stand up. This is also video. Are you going to talk while the video is playing? Then you should start talking now.
Yeah.
I would like to take the opportunity to be here. For us, it's a big pleasure. And I finished just talking not for you guys, but for you guys. We have a really great responsibility to bring new content, to bring new narrative. And it's not just about to have a fun game. Let's think more, okay?
Yeah, thank you for that, and let's hear it from the audience. What do you think? Pretty impressive audience. And let's try contestant number 3. Are you going to talk while we are playing yours?
Yes.
All right. Are you ready then? Hit it.
So we've been working together on Grashers for 5 years already, and it started as something completely different than it is now. But we learned a lot of things in the process, and we believe we can make a good game with a take on environmental issues, and also deliver a fun game with a lot of action. And well, this is our game, Grashers. I hope people like it.
Alrighty, what do you think? Calm down, because now we need to go into what is the really difficult part of this contest. It's dealing out points now from the judge. What are you doing? Dealing out points now for round number 4. This is where you take into account all the rounds of the studios. How did they do in the first round, which was about behind the scenes and the gameplay? Then second round, where it was about the gameplay. Round 3, which was about the reality, and now the swaying as well. You have to take all this into account and show me the winner. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? But it's not the winner of the whole thing. That's where my algorithm meets each other into a catch-22 situation. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Show us the game. Oh! No. Okay, brilliant. This is actually perfect because I have created something for this kind of situation. I was doing the science when I found an old piano lying around in my back office. So I composed this music while I will go into decipher mode. All right, listen to this. Okay. Pi in third divided by pi? Never heard of that. Okay, we skip that then. Then you have to borrow from the map. It's weird. Never been into this situation. I'm stressed. No. But in the end, I actually managed to find out who the winner is of the first qualification round of the Nordic Game Discovery Contest. And the winner is... Grashers! Things. First of all, I need to do this so you can see the pretty screen while I say, do you think it was entertaining? Yeah! Thank you so much. My name is Jacob, I work for Nordic Game, and if you think this was entertaining, then you should stop by our presentation, me and Teddy, tomorrow at 11 o'clock to see how a really boring presentation is made. It will be about Teddy's life. And a little bit of my life too, I guess.
Whatever you're on, pass it around.
Thank you. That's not enough. And then I would like to thank the judges. Thank you so much for being here and doing this work.